Well, as many of you saw, episode 6 of the Ahsoka just revived Star Wars again. It changed it forever, and this is thanks to Dave Filoni. I cannot believe actually what I just saw because it completely transformed what I was expecting. It's kind of sad, honestly, to see that an Ahsoka series without Ahsoka in it. Very, very briefly in the beginning, Rosario Dawson was present. Ahsoka and Hu Yang were still making their travels. We never saw Ahsoka again. She just disappeared from this episode and it carried on perfectly. It's sad that I said because, well, it kind of proves that we don't need Ahsoka for this series. I mean, she's going to appear later on, of course, in episode 7 and 8, these two last ones. She is coming, as we saw, Night Sisters, the Dathomirian Night Sisters, and Morgan even is threatened by her presence now that she is coming, now that they felt her. But all in all, the episode entirely went on without Ahsoka, and it went without a hitch. Thrawn was finally introduced. From what we saw from his brigade, from his recovered Star Destroyer, now Ezra is back too, with these naughty characters, with the Howlers, with Peridia. It's beautiful. It's just something that was gonna live on forever. Star Wars, Dave Filoni, I don't know how he did it, honestly, but he just changed Star Wars forever. And I'm very, very excited to see what Star Wars has in store for us. Now, the only thing is that they desperately want to go back. As we see in the episode, Thrawn, even Ezra tells Sabine that I can't wait to go back home. So signs are pointing to they all want to go back. Perhaps they will get the chance to go back. I don't know yet. We'll see what 7 and 8 has in store for us. But if they're back in the Star Wars universe, in the Star Wars galaxy, I mean, it's gonna be weird because we have been led to believe that this is a new chapter, a new beginning for Star Wars. Dave wants to push us into this Peridia planet, into this Peridia galaxy, new galaxy. It was funny to see the meta humor from Hu Yang when he started that Jedi Order story, that ancient story a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. That was just completely meta and it was very, very funny. But it kind of led us to believe that now Star Wars begins in another galaxy far, far away in Peridia. It seems that the journey might not take place immediately, or at least that's what I think. I think we're going to see Episode 7 have a bombastic battle, struggle. They will have a battle. Ahsoka is coming. Thrawn, Ezra, Ahsoka, Balin, Shin Hati, all these characters are going to duke it out, and I don't think they can leave so easily and so freely, leading me to believe that this new galaxy, we're going to stay here for a long while, at least a little bit more. And the world building alone, this is something that I wanted to tackle on immediately after my reactions here, because after watching the episode, it is clear that we have a new beginning because the world building itself was beautiful. We saw new creatures, new civilizations, nomadic civilizations, bandits that resembled the Tusken Raiders, Thrawn with his new army, Ezra retreating, now coming back, similar to Ben Kenobi. It's all intertwined, and it's kind of interesting to see where they go from here. We see that there are new versions of stormtroopers. Now, I don't know if these stormtroopers were humans. I at least suspect, because this is, if Thrawn says that our forces have been depleted since we got here, meaning that these troopers are the same as they were serving the Empire when they jumped into hyperspace during Star Wars Rebels. But their language, their voices kind of seem like they were from a different alien group, maybe some pertaining to this homeworld. So it's kind of interesting there also, a different aspect. But I don't think they're leaving quite so soon. I think that they are here to stay for a little while. If there is indeed an Ahsoka's season 2, which I completely believe, then I think season 2 might see them go back to the old galaxy, but I think we're here to stay in this new galaxy for a while because it just completely makes sense. It makes sense that Dave Filoni would want to detach himself from the old galaxy where there's empires, Palpatines, Skywalkers, and all that. This is a completely new beginning, a chance to start afresh anew with dark magic, with the Night Sisters, Thrawn with his army, Ezra, Ahsoka teaming up together, Sabine, maybe Balon also changes his allegiances. Maybe Balon, as we see, he struggles even in this episode. He has that face. Even Shinhati, his apprentice, kind of notices that he has an internal struggle inside. He is in his thoughts a lot. He is thinking a lot, not knowing what to expect. And I mean, the audience, he kind of represented the audience too, because we also did not know what to make of this. These Night Sister, this new mother that speaks of the thread that is talking, the thread of destiny. I am assuming this has to do with dark magic and they can foresee the future, however, not entirely correctly. As we see, they have new developments constantly. They cannot foresee everything, like they did not know that Sabine was going to join them. Now they are amazed that there's another Jedi coming in Ahsoka Tano. Thrawn even gets uncomfortable with this news. So everything is kind of coming together. I think episode 7 will be a great episode, and an episode 8 finale, that will be just something to behold. I think episode 8 will be something fantastic, and a duel and a battle that we've not seen in a while. There's so much to expect from this series that it's just kind of amazing. I don't know how Dave Filoni pulled this off, but Star Wars has been changed forever and ever. We see similar things, we see poetry, we see that it rhymes, but this is entirely something new. This is something that we've not seen before, and we might get to see a whole new species. We might get to understand how the Force works here. It seemed as if Sabine was trying to use the Force, but was faked out because we see the Star Destroyer coming in. So perhaps, as we've suspected, the Force does not work similar to how it does in the old galaxy. At least I didn't see a sign of it. Balin and Shinhati did not use the Force at all. Sabine could not use it. Ezra did not seem to care about the Force at all at this point. The only people we saw using what can be described as the Force were the Mother and the Night Sisters. They're using dark magic in this galaxy. The Force maybe doesn't work, but we'll get more information on that in episode 7 and 8. But yeah, I wanted to give my initial thoughts on you guys and talk about it before I do the complete breakdown later on. I'm very excited. This is beautiful. This was a beautiful episode, and very weird to not see Ahsoka at all in this episode. Just a brief moment of her traveling, and we still got a great episode. So what does this say about the Ahsoka character and how she is being portrayed? I don't know what to tell you. If we have an episode without Ahsoka in it and it's great, then it's kind of similar to Boba Fett and how there was an episode without Boba Fett at all that focused completely on Din Djarin and Grogu and Luke Skywalker, and it was one of the greatest episodes ever. It worked, so Boba Fett did not need to be in his own episode for it to be great. That's usually not a good sign. I want to know what you guys think about this episode you just watched. I just watched it. I'm sleepy as hell, but we're going to do a complete breakdown later on. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know all your thoughts down below.